All right, it's time to start painting, and I'm going to do my primary color triad first. So that means I will need paints red, yellow, and blue. So you'll have to get a container of whichever two you're missing. I'm going to switch to time-lapse photography while I paint, and then I'll talk to you again before I go to the secondary triad. When you're starting to add your next color, be very careful when you paint wet paint beside paint that is already wet. Sometimes they'll blend and mix, and you want these colors to stay crisp and clean and separate. Now it's time to paint the secondary colored section. So that means the secondary colors that I'm going to use are going to be orange, violet, and green. So I think it looks best when the primary and secondary are across from each other, so that's what I'm going to do. There's no set rules though, so you can make choices for yourself. So far the colors have been mixed for you. We started out with the primary color triad, and we used the red, the yellow, and the blue. And then we did the secondary color triad, and we used the violet, the green, and the orange. Now those are the 6 colors you have to work with. So now up we're going to do the tertiary color triad. So you're going to have to use your blue and your violet paint and mix them to make blue violet. And then if you remember the count, it's 1, you skip 3 or count to 4, so that's 1. And then I get 1, 2, 3, and then my next one is going to be red, orange. And I'm going to mix the red and the orange together to make red, orange. So now my next one, I'm going to skip 3 and count to 4, so I've got oranges 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means the last one in this color triad is going to be yellow green. So for my first color triad, I'm going to mix some blue violet, red orange, and yellow green. To make my yellow green, I'm going to take some yellow out of my container with a clean brush and put it in one of the spots. And we're going to paint the whole thing with what we have mixed, so I want to make sure I have enough there. So I am going to be a little generous. Then I'm going to wash my brush out. I'm going to get some of the green and I'm going to add to it. It shouldn't take a whole lot of green to turn this into a yellow green. So now I have my yellow green ready to go. So I'm going to add some red. I'm going to be slightly generous. Red will overpower the orange, so I'm going to be a little more generous with the orange. And then I will add my orange to it. Here's my red orange. And the last one that I need is blue violet. It'll be important to wash your brushes out real well while you're mixing these colors. Oh, this time I think I'll start with my violet. And then I shall mix my blue into that. Nice dollop. If you don't get done today in one setting, cover it with saran wrap so you have it. I'm ready now for my first tertiary triad. I'm doing red, orange, yellow, green, and blue, violet. And look at that one right here. Now we've done one set of the tertiary colors, we need to do the other set of tertiary colors. So if I start with red, violet, and I count 1, 2, 3, then I'm going to be at blue, green, 1, 2, 3, 4, then I'm at yellow, orange. So this time I'm going to mix red, violet, blue, green, and yellow, orange. I'm going to start with my yellow again. Yellow is always a weaker color, so I always start with it whenever I'm mixing. Looks like I mixed just enough of the yellow green, so I'll try and make that much of the yellow orange. Dollop of the orange. Oh, I'm afraid I overpowered my yellow. Oh, I think I'll start with my green. Give myself a dollop of green. Then I'll mix in a dollop of blue. There's my blue-green. Now I just need my red, violet. I'll start off with my red this time. Dollop of red. And a dollop of violet. Now I'm ready to paint the last section with my yellow, orange, my blue, green, and my red, violet. And that's the last section. Plan about 1 day per section. Take your time. On a project like this, craftsmanship is very important. Take your time, stay in your lines.